I'm sorry, I was wrong. Don't listen to what I said. That is what the term recant means. It is a statement that was made traditionally in the medieval church by someone who had publicly made statements that led people to error, theological error in many cases. It's not a statement that's ever fun to make. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Don't listen to what I said. However, honesty requires that you tell the truth. In the year leading up to the 2016 presidential election, I equated Donald Trump with fascism. I equated his manner with Hitler, I equated his followers with brown shirts, and I said, in effect, that there was no difference between electing somebody with communist tendencies like Hillary Clinton and somebody with fascist tendencies like Donald Trump. It is now July of 2017, and I was wrong. Since winning the election, President Trump has overwhelmingly chosen excellent people to act as his cabinet secretaries and in key positions. Secretary of Defense James Mattis, the head of Environmental Protection Scott Pruitt, Nikki Haley at the United Nations, and Ms. DeVos at Education. All are excellent in their own fields. But more than that, they are moving the country back to a more recognizably traditional America, where the government does not get involved in every single economic and personal decision that a person makes. Mr. Pruitt and Mr. Trump are rolling back environmental regulations at EPA. Secretary Mattis is in the process of rebuilding the American military, including our nuclear deterrent, which is woefully out of date, and including our Air Force, which is largely composed of 1970s era designs. President Trump has been willing to use force in Syria and elsewhere overseas. And he is aggressively standing up to the clear and present danger of an EMP attack by the North Koreans. All of these things would make me, a conservative Republican, say, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Don't listen to what I had said about Donald Trump. He's turning out to be the most conservative president since Ronald Reagan, which he is. But there's another reason why I'm going through this tape. I don't like bad sportsmanship. When President Obama was elected, he was my president. For his inauguration, his first inauguration, I wrote him a letter to the editor as a conservative Republican wishing him well. Because, as he always famously said, there's only one president at a time. And if the President of the United States succeeds, we all benefit. So, I gave President Obama his due. A honeymoon period wherein he had the benefit of my doubt. It is true that by July of 2009, President Obama's honeymoon period, with me anyway, was over. But I gave it to him. The truly bad faith that people on the left have shown since the 2016 election is really what prompts this revocation on my part. I was wrong about President Trump. At least so far, he has proven me wrong. He is no fascist. But the degree of venom and vitriol and bad faith, bad sportsmanship, shown by Democrats, progressives, and other people on the left who refuse to accept the election results, who refuse to accept the will of the American people, who refuse to give what every new president deserves, a honeymoon period, has prompted me to, with my first new video in my new studio here, say that I'm sorry, I was wrong. President Trump, so far at least, has been earning my trust and my respect, but moreover, he should have been granted, in all fairness, a honeymoon period by the media and by those people in America who voted against him. That's only fair. It's the American way. It's what being a loyal opposition is all about. And I am ashamed of my fellow Americans who cannot, in their minds or hearts, say the words President Trump without following it up with some blisteringly sarcastic statement. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Don't listen to what I had said. Thank you, and be well.